Merry Gingermas! What is up, everybody? As per tradition, we're going to start this show off right with a wonderful greeting written by Pete Krisock, a viewer of the show, and read by the one and only Mr. Gary Robbins. 'Twas the night before Gingermas. Enjoy.
And out on the trail, the finish line awaited with local craft ale. The RD was sleepless in the crisp autumn air, in hopes the lead pack soon would be there. The mid-packers were scattered all along the course, while the elites sped along as quick as a horse. And my pacer with his Sunto and I with my Garmin were hours behind Coach Ian Sherman. Long ago I had bonked and my face lost its smile, barely half done with the 100 miles. Food rations were low, just a handful of pretzels. As the light slowly faded from the bulb in my Petzl, I felt so lightheaded I had nothing left, and was ready to drop my first DNF. We wandered forever and could not find the path. I'd never make the cutoff, just do the math. I sat silently on a stump because all hope was lost. I just wanted to quit, never mind the cost. When in the woods behind me there arose a loud rustle. I sprang to my feet and prepared for a tussle. The moon on the breast of the fresh fallen leaves gave a luster of midday to the ground 'tween the trees, when what to my much addled mind should appear but a red-headed runner with a case full of beer. He wore a GRL cap and his legs were so limber, I knew in a moment it must be the Ginger. I'm hallucinating, I thought. I must need more rest. When in ran his posse of co-hosts and guests. Swifter than gazelles, his friends, they all came. He clapped and he shouted and introduced them by name. It's Yassine, Gary Robbins, and Sally McRae. And here's Vargo and Werner, the gearist and sage. Last but not least, in came mile-long legs, sipping local craft brew, not that crap from a keg. We found a new crew, my pacer said with a chuckle, and right then I knew I'd earned that silver belt buckle. Then out into the clearing, the Ginger he ran, trotted right up beside me and stuck out his hand. What is up, everybody? The Ginger Runner here. But we're not airing this live, so nobody fear. On his feet, he wore ultras. Heel toe drop was 0, and he wielded in one hand a black GoPro Hero. A drop bag of supplies he had flung on his back and looked like a peddler just opening his pack. Why am I talking to nothing, Roxy? Take these, he told me, calories you can use, and offered a bag full of S-caps and goos. Here's your own GRL buff, the Ginger said with a grin, and he took a long swig from his flask of Tailwind. His friends shared with us their brew, some dark IPA, while the bulbs from their headlamps turned night into day. Now I've oft heard it said a ginger has no soul, but I knew at once this was folklore of old. Bright and multi-hued was the cap on his head, while the beard on his chin was like a flame blazing red. He wore a dark, long-sleeved shirt, sweat wicking, not flannel. Its breast bore the logo of his own YouTube channel. His hydration vest from Ultimate Direction had gray and red shades that brought out his complexion. He gave us fresh AA batteries from out of his pocket, then led us on course and told us, go rock it. His demeanor reminded me to not be a quitter, so I promised I'd follow on Facebook and Twitter. I got one last gift, my own Tailwind bottle. Now I felt I could sprint to the finish full throttle. He zipped up his pack and to his team gave a yelp. Then I thanked him profusely for all of his help. Ginger Claws started running off into the night, but I heard him exclaim ere he ran out of sight. Now get on with your race. I'll see you next year. Merry Gingermas to all, and don't forget train race beer.
Ginger Runner.
Yes! Merry Gingermas, everybody. Very happy to be here.
Get it out. Get it all.
I gotta get it out. This is my favorite time of the year. Kim, I don't know.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's okay. We just love it because this is a great opportunity for us to be able to give back to you guys. We have lots to cover on today's show. First of all, if you are unfamiliar, Gingermas is just a celebration of giving back. Because all you guys support us, support the channel, support the videos, support the guests that we have on the show. So this episode is a great opportunity for us to give back to you guys. And tonight we have thousands of dollars worth of prizes.
It's true.
It's true.
We're making noise with our heads every time.
Are people saying something?
Nope.
Okay.
I am.
Well, then I have Jingle Bells. So as you can see, per tradition, not only do we have a fire ablaze on our TV, because in Los Angeles, fireplaces are rare.
And I believe there's already drinking games being created in the
There
chat
always
room.
are. There always are. Also, per tradition, we dress up, we have fun, we partake in holiday-style beverages, and we are joined by Mr. Gary Claus Robbins. How are you, my friend?
I am well. How are you?
Hey, welcome.
Yes,
You called it.
I called it.
That's harder than it looks. All right.
I feel like
let's get this
that
show on the
tradition was
road.
started. Was that last year that started?
This is every conversation we've ever had, but I think I actually brought it on last year for the first time.
It's so amazing. It always turns into the best show when Gary's drinking out of a box.
Out of a box. Hey, and this says right on there, you know, it goes well with beef roast. I mean, when you're getting a box of wine and it tells you it goes well with beef, that's high quality stuff right there. It's got
Has a
fruit
really good
character
handle on
and
it,
rich
too.
flavor and harmonic tannins with a medium body and good aftertaste. I mean, you can't go wrong with this
All
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
That is some detailed descriptions of a boxed wine. Something out of a box.
I go through them all. Do all my research.
I want to start by saying right before the show, we had internet issues. So for some reason during the show, the internet craps out. That is, blame Time Warner, which is now known as Spectrum. Blame them because
Which have been at our house more times than we would like to admit.
it's ridiculous. So if we lose you guys during the show, we apologize, but we will post all of the winners tonight on my Facebook page. So we are going to announce the winners no matter what on the Facebook page, but just in case we lose you. But so far, so good. So we'll just keep rolling. As I mentioned, we have thousands of dollars worth of prizes to give away tonight. This last weekend, we challenged all of our viewers to go participate in the annual Gingermas Run Hunt, which was it's a narcissistic event where you guys get to take you get dressed up, go outside and celebrate the holidays by running as far as you can, taking pictures of all these different things. And this year we had a little bonus by including my face. Honestly, if you knew how much I hated my face, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. It is hysterical, some of the results that came back from this weekend.
And for those of you who didn't know about the face, you
Shame.
had to find it somewhere.
Yeah, we challenged everyone on Friday. We posted a video basically saying, here's the Gingermas Run Hunt rules. Here are the items. Here's the list of things to go take pictures of. We added a bonus for those of you who are already subscribed to Kim's channel.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw Kim's video, you saw the bonus, which was if you took a screen cap and printed it out of my face, which I provided on Friday, and you brought it with you and kept it in all of the photos during Gingermas Run Hunt, we added a point to every photo. This year, we had probably close to triple the number of entrants into the Gingermas Run Hunt from last year. But I was expecting it to be about the same, maybe a little bit less, because we also just had GRVR. We were overwhelmed with the response, and the points this year were ridiculous. Pretty damn amazing. Gary, did you participate? Did you go out and take photos of houses and reindeer and all that stuff?
I would like to say that I did, but that would be a blatant lie. I did think of you while I was out ski touring, which is what I've been doing a lot of in the last few days. I just, I had a picture of you in my pocket, and it just, it didn't make it all the way to the summit. I donated it to the wind somewhere.
I knew that Gary wasn't.
To Uller, the snow god.
Uller. I knew that Gary wasn't going to do it because I knew he was going to be ski touring, because you guys have like beautiful, perfect snow right now, right?
Yes, indeed. We've got one of the best starts to a ski season that we've had here on the coast in many, many moons. So those of us that ski are very happy right now.
And for those who do not know who Gary Robbins is, shame on you. But he's been a guest on the show before.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. But it's the holiday, so I take the shame back. Gary's one of
We'll save it up for Christmas morning.
Yeah, we'll save it for Christmas morning. He's one of the nicest, kindest, most badass athletes that we've had the privilege of meeting. He race directs some incredible races up in Western Canada, including the Squamish 50 miler, 50, 50, 50K, 23K, which I've done multiple times. Kim has done it a couple times. And
you made us famous, Ethan. Your video has over 200,000 views right now.
I honestly, it's your race. It's the race, because
it's pretty incredible the amount of views you got on that, though. It's pretty insane.
People just like to watch me suffer. I think it's really what it is. I have no problem with that, but really it's the race. So Gary, directs these races. He also has the FKT amount around Mount Rainier, which we got to work on together. But Gary, what are you currently training for? I mean, you're ski touring. This is kind of your off season, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, I've got the only races I'm looking at this winter are 2 ski mountaineering races, and I was actually sad not to be in Brundage, Idaho, McCall, Idaho, at Brundage Mountain Resort this past weekend. It was the U.S. Championships for ski mountaineer racing, and I was really excited to partake in that. I had some gear issues and had to replace some gear. That it's never cheap, so I couldn't make the budget balance to pull it off. I should mention that my coaching partner Eric Carter just finished second in the individual race on Saturday. Top 4 go to the World Championships in Italy.
Wow.
That's a huge result for him. So congratulations to Eric on second in the individual, 4th on the ascent the day before. I'm going to do a ski mountaineering race just south of Calgary in January and at Mount Bachelor in Oregon in February. And then I'm hoping to line up for the Barkley Marathons again on Fool's Weekend. And and Jared Campbell and I actually have a couple of plans, so we just pieced together. Jared's got a route of 13,000 foot peaks in Utah that he wants to link together, and he and I are going to attempt that on July 1st, a lucky day for us Canadians. And 2 weeks later, he and I are going to do the Nolan's 14ers. Unfortunately, it is the same day as Hard Rock, just based on my own personal calendar where I direct an event fucking hell the next weekend. So that's my calendar for the year, basically. Some fun stuff in a mix between skiing and long suffering.
Go ahead.
And there's lots of questions in the chat room about Hurt. Are you returning to Hurt this year?
We're going back. We go every year, so we'll be there volunteering. I'm going to be one of the Hurt patrollers this year. So there's like a group of 7 that just basically get to hang out on course and hold people's hair when they puke, and and have fun laughing at people that are suffering. And I feel very lucky to be a part of the Hurt crew for that this year. So I'll be there. I'll be cheering people on, and we're going to swing over to the Big Island for the very first time a few days after the race. Try and check out some lava flow or something.
I think during last year's Gingermas, you were pretty deep in preparation, actually. Not only because you were running Hurt,
right,
but you were also at this point knew you were running Barkley last year, right? So I think
actually, I was hoping to. So I was hoping to be selected, but still had no idea if that would be the case. But I was training with the hope that I would be selected, but definitely was deep in training for the Hurt 100 miler. So it's nice. It's a bit of a contrast this year with the ski touring. Definitely still some big days and big vertical, but it doesn't beat the body up as much. So it's a little bit easier to recover week to week.
Well, it's awesome. If you haven't already, follow Gary on Instagram, because some of the photos that he's been posting lately are just
beautiful.
The jealousy levels are rising. It's, beautiful bluebird skies and snow, just soft. Excuse me, snow.
Snoffed.
You just started.
10%. 10%.
That's in the drinking game now, right? Every time Ethan says snoff.
All right, I got to make a note. Don't say snoff. Because I think the last year's drinking game was every time the fire popped.
Every time the hand.
Nick Offerman.
We were watching the Nick Offerman one. That's right.
So that's what they were talking about.
Every time Nick drank, I think we drank.
Hashtag snoffed is already trending.
Damn it.
I do want to throw in that I actually gave myself nose cancer tonight just to make a white beard for this program. I don't know if you've ever used the hairspray canister, the things, but there's no way in hell that those things aren't entirely cancerous. I nearly passed out and asphyxiated myself in the 3 minutes it took me to get this thing to happen. So I hope you're happy.
The old nose cancer.
Nothing says Christmas.
Merry Gingermas, everybody.
Well, it looks great. Right now.
Yeah. Looks great, Gary. Can we get a close-up?
Too close.
Jeez. Like we were in it. We were inside that beard.
It happens.
So before we get into all the giveaways and stuff, if you haven't already, go follow Gary on Instagram and the other social networks. I mean, seriously, go follow him on at least Instagram, which is at Gary_Robbins, I believe. Underscore, right?
Underscore is Twitter. Gary Robbins straight up for Instagram.
Do it. And Gary is not only one of our favorite people on the planet, but as I mentioned, he's the race director for some of our favorite races on the planet. And tonight, Gary is doing something that we were a little surprised that he's actually doing. Gary, what are you giving away tonight?
My body in perpetuity. So
see,
I'm not surprised by that.
And also, The Squamish 50, all races just sold out in record time. So we've got over 1,200 runners. I haven't looked at the nations yet. It's probably going to be about 20 different countries registered for the race. Entirely sold out. We don't do wait lists. There are no more entries that will be opened up, except for tonight. One of your viewers will win an entry into any distance within the Squamish 50, and that is fully transferable. So they can gift that to someone for Christmas. So if they themselves may not want to run, they can surprise someone with that on Christmas morning.
That alone, like, screw the thousands of dollars worth of prizes that we're giving away.
Yeah.
Like, that is coveted because the race is sold out in record time. 1,200 people. It's a whole weekend of races, and to be able to then also transfer it as a gift, that's amazing. I think that's going to be one of the last ones we give away tonight because it is what's going on in the
people
chat.
in the chat room. Oh my God, what sweet babies! I think that one might be my favorite one.
People really want that one.
People are freaking out.
We're going to save that one because, seriously, that's amazing. Thank you, Gary, for doing that. Not only
thanks for having me on the show again. It's fun to get to do this annually.
Expect it to happen the first Monday or the Monday right before Christmas every year. You're hired. And Kim, I quit. It's Gary now.
It's just Gary.
It's just Gary.
We're actually going to switch to the Mile Long Legs channel right now. So we'll see you guys over there in 5.
We'll see you guys over there.
No, don't
They just rotate the camera 180 degrees and the set is on the other side.
That's actually not entirely a lie. We live in 500 square feet of just sets. There's one. And then there's 2 other races that Gary will be giving away entries for tonight. Want to talk a little bit about those, Gary?
The Buck and Hell 50-kilometer or 50-kilometer relay. Some of your viewers would have seen your film about doing the relay last year, which breaks out to a 27 and a 23-kilometer leg. That's on July 23rd, the week after Hard Rock, 22nd, the Saturday after Hard Rock, which is why I have to be back right after our Nolan's 14 attempt on the same day. Right. And then a race we debuted in September, which is actually trending towards being one of my favorite events that we do, which is the Whistler Alpine Meadows. We made the acronym for WHAM. Our shirts, our race shirts, said Choose Vert, which was a play on the George Michael Wham! Choose Life shirts of the 80s. And the 50, we called it 50K this year when it was 55. We're officially calling it 55 now. And it has over 11,000 feet of climbing, and it goes to a glacier and back. So it's in Whistler, and it is truly one of the most magnificent courses that we've put together.
Pictures, don't do it justice. Kim and I are, we only have like one thing to figure out, but we're going. I feel like
we need to figure out how we can fit all our stuff in Gary's house.
That's basically like we need to know how we can kick Gary and Linda out of the house so we can just live there.
So it's just us and
we've got a tent, actually.
Yeah, you guys are living in the tent. Perfect.
It's half the size of your apartment. Literally.
Literally. But yeah, Kim and I are like, we're basically like into this thing because it's amazing. The pictures look incredible. Buck and Hell is super tough. If you want a tough introduction to the Vancouver North Shore Trails, Buck and Hell is another great example. So I say let's start this show off. Gary just popped his headphones back in, but let's start this show off, I think, Gary, by giving away a Buck and Hell race entry. I think that's the best way to welcome our live viewers and to give away something amazing. So as always, we have a question. Gary already has the question, but what I'll just have. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just explain how the results.
Yeah, we're going to pick the first correct answer.
That shows up in my feed.
And we'll verify with my feed.
Yes.
Just to make sure that it is the first correct answer. Spelling has to be.
So to help people out here, answers, if they don't, they will not know these offhand. Their best bet is to go to the website right now. The Buck and Hell and the Whistler races are trailseries.ca. And when you get in there, that'll give you a better chance at finding the answer to the questions that will lead to the free entries for those events. Squamish50.com will set you up for that potential giveaway, that potential answer for that giveaway.
We already have people answering the question.
Is it or true?
None of the correct answers have been said. So Gary, let's start us off with the Buck and Hell giveaway.
So Buck and Hell, we mentioned there was a relay. This guy named the Ginger Runner did a video on that relay this past year, and he had a partner in that relay who was also a very accomplished cameraman. What would that gentleman's name be?
Should be pretty easy for those of you guys. Subscribe to the channel and maybe watch some of the content.
Now, here's the question. I'm thinking the last name won't get spelled correctly the first few guesses, but we're okay if the first name is spelled correctly and the last name is close, or what's the rule on this now?
I think correct and correct.
I think correct
All right.
correct.
There you go. Correct and correct.
And I also.
Whoa. Okay. It was not Casey Neistat.
It was not, and it was not Brett Favre. I think.
This one is spelled incorrectly.
Incorrectly. The first. There we go. No.
This one?
I believe that is it.
Do you want to check on your feed?
Yeah, I got to check on my feed. Oh, no, I lost it because it's all. Oh, close, everybody. Wow.
Steven Spielberg.
Oh, wow. That went so fast. I'm so sorry, guys. Jeez. Look at all these answers. Okay.
So while you're looking for the answer, I'll throw this in as well. We don't allow transfers on any of our entries at any of our races, but when we give away a prize to a race, we allow those to be gifted to someone. So the person who wins any of the race entries can give them to someone else. Once one person claims the entry, it can then not be transferred to someone else.
Great. That totally makes sense because if you have a name and all the details and stuff like that in there, then it's locked in. Yeah. So Kim and I consulted, and we both have the same correct spelling and everything. The correct answer was Bryce Ferret. Ferret, and that goes to Francois Pepin.
Oh,
I'm guessing is French. Francois
Pepin. He could probably also say the name correctly, which we can't.
Which I spent a long time trying to get it right.
Snobbed.
Congratulations. I'm just making sure. Yes, that is we have the same name. So congratulations, Francois. Yep. And this will go for the entire night. But if you are one of the winners of our amazing prizes, email thegingerrunner@gmail. Let us know what prize you won, your name, and all that information. And we'll just put you in touch with the people that need to get you the prizes, or it will be us, essentially, whether you're US or international. So congratulations to Francois. You get an entry into Buck and Hell, which that's awesome. I really want to go back.
Those
and
are
get
some
my
of my
revenge.
favorite trails.
Seriously.
It was awesome having you guys here for that last year, But definitely we've got to try and get you out for Whistler this year.
Yes, please. Great. So let's move into the Gingermas stuff. As I mentioned, Gingermas Run Hunt took place this weekend. It basically was a scavenger hunt. We gave you a list of items much larger than last year. Different items at different point values. You could bonus up on the points by using a cutout of my face. You're welcome. A lot of people sent us pictures of the face on their Christmas tree, which is like, it's terrifying, and I hope that your children are okay. Basically, let me just show you some of the amazing photos that have come in. This is by no means all of them. It is just a couple. If you want to see some of these amazing entries, just follow the Instagram hashtag Gingermas16. If you go to Instagram and just follow that hashtag, there's hundreds of photos. Very, very fun photos. So let's kind of jump into these here. Loved this one. This came from Andy Lang. This is right after he donated a bunch of shoes and just before he took a shot of eggnog. And he's with
the Goodwill workers.
He's with the Goodwill workers, which is where he donated his shoes, which is awesome.
Nice.
This is Jeremy Saunders racing a reindeer. Loved this one. And
racing a reindeer were some of my favorite.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
And what's also great is, unlike many of you, Jeremy didn't have to worry about cold weather. What happened this weekend apparently was one of the worst cold snaps across the US, and I know international as well, because we have people like it's negative 30 degrees Celsius. So a lot of you guys you braved the cold.
For hours.
I got screen caps of people having hazardous weather conditions, but yet they're like, can't wait to go out and do Gingermas. I'm like, just be safe. Just be safe. Nothing's worth it. So that was from Jeremy, somewhere sunny and warm. This one's great. This is from Ryan Flint. He did the GR for Ginger Runner with urine, with his own urine, which I thought was really funny.
There was also an MLL.
There was also an MLL. I had a feeling that was going to pop up somewhere. Someone even printed out the face and put it on one of those giant like political yard signs and just took that around to everyone's house and stuck it in their front yard. I feel bad for your neighbors if you went out and took photos with my ugly face. So I apologize to all your neighbors as well. So that's just a smattering of some of the photos that were taken out this weekend. But seriously, go follow the hashtag. It's so fun. I think we spent a couple hours this weekend just laughing. So should we do the first? Okay, first, the results. We had hundreds of people submit their results. I will say that our top 10 individuals all counted wrong. Not your fault. The point, adding up the points was just very difficult because there were very specific rules, including you can't take this photo of the same item.
You can't have like 10 photos of the same item and count them as 10 different
right.
point values.
We also had to incorporate my face as an added point value, but it's very difficult to add up lots of points, obviously. So everyone who basically everyone in the top 10, their point values were off.
Yes.
So tonight when we read the results, those were...
Did they all get disqualified?
Everybody got disqualified.
It sounds to me like they were all cheating.
I just believe that wasn't our rules.
No,
Sorry, guys.
I guess the show's over.
The show's over. All right, see you guys next year.
Gary said it, not us. Gary.
I just got myself a treadmill.
US, actually continental US. Sorry, Gary. It doesn't have the same plug as a Canadian outlet.
It doesn't have the dial-up internet attachment.
That's it.
Yeah.
So when we read the point values tonight for our winners, just know that's because it was corrected, and we had to do this countless times.
Yeah.
So trust us, the last day has been a wonderful barrage.
It's been like counting, double counting, triple counting.
You do it, I do it, then we both do it, then I do it, then Gus does it, then you do it, then Gary just jumps in and starts drinking out of a box, and everything's good.
I think you should start with the bonus prizes.
These guys.
Do you want to like get down to the good stuff?
Oh, I was thinking these bonus prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Starting here and then working to
Yeah.
So we have prizes from the following amazing companies that they always put up products that Kim and I like a lot, and we are just super enthused that they managed to reach out and give us some amazing stuff. Ultra Shoes came through with a couple of pairs of their shoes, basically your choice. Hoka, the same thing. They allow you to choose your own shoes. Nike jumped out and was like, listen, take shoes and the Kyger hydration pack and Nike Trail hat and Nike Trail mugs, like just awesome stuff.
Yep.
Proform, the makers of the Boston Marathon treadmill, are giving away a $3,000 treadmill. It's amazing. So we're really, really excited to give this stuff away tonight. Plus all the race entries from Gary. It's bonkers.
It's bonkers.
So I think we're going to start with one of our pairs of Hoka 1-1 shoes. And
I think you mean One.
they did change it back. They did change it back to Hoka One. So we had a lot of people donate a lot of shoes. That was one of the major items on our list. And we were big advocates of donate shoes. And we would give you 2 points for every pair of shoes that you donated. Some of our big prize winners donated a lot of shoes because it definitely helps add up the points.
Right.
So we had to kind of go back through and find the most shoes donated that was not in our prizes to be announced in a second. And that's going to be Mr. Patrick Upchurch. Patrick Upchurch.
Woo!
Congratulations, my friend. You donated 13 pairs of shoes, which is 26 points. Plus, he took a photo of every pair of shoes with my face in it. That's kind of actually what put him over the edge. Because rather than just doing one photo with the head, he took photos of every pair of shoes with my head. Some of those shoes were pretty stinky, by the way, Patrick. But congratulations to Patrick Upchurch. Please drop us an email, thegingerrunner@gmail.com. Let us know that you want a pair of Hokas. We would love to get those out to you. And again, all of the prizes that we're giving away tonight, shout out these companies and thank them, because they didn't have to. They did because they are fans of the channel, fans of you guys as viewers. And I think that's really cool. So congratulations, Patrick. The other pair of Hokas. Do you want to do this one, babe?
Sure. Our other bonus pair of Hokas went to our top international point getter, which I believe she is from my former city, Vancouver. And
Gary's city.
He's actually technically in North Vancouver.
That's true. North Vancouver, completely different.
So,
that's completely different.
Don't even like Vancouver.
Go for it.
Stephanie Tatum.
Yay!
Yay! I think Stephanie is in the chat room, I believe.
I think
That's
she
awesome.
is.
We see Stephanie out at a bunch of our races. Congrats, Stephanie.
She had an amazing number of points. She basically got almost every single item on the list, plus my head, and
lots of great photos.
Lots of great photos. And again, a lot of these Strava, you can go on Strava, just search for Gingermas 2016. A lot of these entries will pop up. So you'll be able to go through and look at these photos and give them some props and accolades, because they deserve it. Give them some likes and kudos. It was just amazing. So yeah, super exciting. Gary, how you feeling over there? How's the box?
We're getting through it pretty quickly, actually. We're doing all right. We might get another box if this show goes much longer. I got another coaching call to go tonight. This could be interesting.
No, they're gonna love you.
Yeah.
How's the lady and the baby? How's Linda and
they
Reed?
disappeared tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, Mr. Reed Robbins is not going to make his second appearance on GRL tonight. They got a last-minute invite to go join some friends for a Christmas get-together, so they took off a couple hours ago.
Cutest little Reed.
We should just have Linda and Reed next year.
Yeah, sorry, Gary, you've been voted.
Oh,
off
I
the
meant
island.
like Gary and myself and Linda and Reed.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah, that's actually.
If you've got that tent, Gary, I'll take it. All right, should we move on to the next round of bonus?
Chuck asked, Canada is considered international? Yes, I just went through the immigration process. It's definitely international.
I would say the last couple of years prove it is in fact international.
It's a whole other country up there.
Let's do, so we have Ultra shoes as well. And this one goes to probably one of my favorite entries, I think, because they went through the process of editing amazing videos and like going through and getting all the items.
They also are in the chat room.
They're also in the chat room. And here's why they're getting the pair of Ultras, because outside of the top prize winners tonight, they had the most miles, 35.1 documented miles. It's a duo. They ran together, and half of it was in the mountains. The other half was in town, and they like went into people's yards. The video is amazing.
Their video is amazing.
Here is a very quick clip because I want you guys to go to their channel and watch it in its entirety. But this is from two healthy, fit vegans.
Very Gingermas.
Time is running out, a ghost keeping me alive. I get what he means, you have to survive.
8 o'clock in the morning. Ready to start? We start the move on Strava. If it's not on Strava, it didn't happen.
Started.
Let's go.
Like the video is a joy to watch.
Yes.
It was really cool, well edited, well polished, good music, lots of fun.
Can I reference the mitts real quick?
Yes.
You're in the chat room, right, guys? That does look like a hog quality video. I'm gonna guess you might have circulation issues in your hands. Those are the craziest gloves I've ever seen for someone to wear on a run.
Time is running out, a ghost keeping me alive. I get what he means.
Look at those things. Those are like -40.
Ready to start? We start the move on.
Impressive. So
doing whatever it takes, right? No excuses. That's what's happening right there.
no excuses. That's Katie and Gwen, and a huge congratulations to them. We're giving you guys 2 pairs of Ultra shoes.
A pair each. Yep.
A pair each because you
One
both
to put on your
ran.
feet and one to put on your hand.
Because you both ran 35.1 miles, so you both technically did the mileage. Plus, you had a ton of points. You did a lot of that in town, and then you went out into the mountains and got like another 4,000 feet of gain or something like that. So it was very impressive. It was a lot of fun, and I want to encourage all of you who are watching live to go watch the video because it really is a joy. Again, that is 2 healthy, fit vegans, and their YouTube channel is of the same name. So congratulations, you two. It was great. It was really, really great. Gary, I say we go to it, give another race entry away.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You want to do the Whistler?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Snoffed.
Oh, gotta do it. Soft snow. That's actually not a bad term for soft snow. It's just snoffed.
It's a great term. I'm going to be using that basically every time I ski from now on, for sure.
But you got to say it like that too. Just snoffed.
Sounds like a Muppet character, actually. It probably is a Muppet character. Whistler. All right. Trivia question.
Yeah. So same rules. Correct
rules?
answer. This one, you know, spelling is going to be. I don't think you'll have a problem with spelling, but yeah, first correct answer that will be verified by both Kim and myself in the chat room.
Yes.
So the answer to this would be on the website. So you will have already gone in there and tried your best to scout this. In the Whistler Alpine Meadows races, the 25K and the 50K race run to a glacier and back. What is the name of the trail that was recently constructed that leads to that glacier?
This is a great question. These trails look incredible, dude. Like it's essentially all single track up to the glacier and around in the Whistler Meadows.
It's entirely
and stuff,
single track, and it's actually it's running trails only. They're not multi-use because they weren't constructed with anything other than like a pickaxe. So they're not enforced enough or reinforced enough to allow bike traffic. The guy who built them was the former Neenacker record holder, a guy named Kevin Titus. And he
wow.
basically literally built trails out of his backyard in Whistler because he likes to go do cool stuff. And
So cool.
yeah, he scouted the entire route, built the whole thing himself. He had a couple of people help him, but he's definitely the driving force behind it. And he wanted a race on there. So the second he heard from us, it was all about making it happen. So it's been really fun. And it's through the Alpine Club of Canada was their funding. So we're aligned with the Alpine Club of Canada now to generate funds to help and assist them in maintaining this trail and adding more trails as well.
It's awesome, and it's an awesome community that's up there too. And it's obvious just by, I mean, the way that you guys work together in the community and trail building and maintenance and group runs. It's amazing. We have a correct answer. Kim, you want to confirm? You want to confirm? We have the same name, correct?
We do. I just lost it.
just so we have
I didn't lose it.
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty positive.
This one here?
That is who I have. Congratulations to Mr. Sean J with the correct answer of the Skywalk Trail. What does he get, Mr. Jerry Robbins?
He gets an entry to any of the 3 distances, the 55K, the 25K, or the 12-kilometer race at the Whistler Alpine Meadows on Saturday, September the 22nd, 2017 in Whistler, BC. And we start right out of a campground, which also has yurts and cabins. So you can basically you can camp for the night or stay in a yurt or book a cabin and then walk out first thing in the morning and start your race. So I was pretty happy about that.
That's amazing. And the weather's really pretty solid, right? Like they're not going to get
I would say out of a 10-year span is how I always break it down for when I'm describing races. You'd probably get 7 years of having really good weather on that weekend and 3 years of it's late September. You can get anything. We had snow while I was flagging the course on Thursday this year. Then the race itself on Saturday had a mixed bag of weather, but the snow had melted off the upper parts of the course. But more often than not, it's a beautiful weekend.
And the 55K has how much gain and how many waterfalls do you pass?
It has 11,000 feet of climbing and descent. And I think there's 2 or 3 major waterfalls that you get to just off the trail as you're running through there.
11,000 feet of gain and descent in a 55K.
And we have a helicopter aid station. That's worth noting. So we have a heli drop aid station on the course right at the base of the glacier. So that's a pretty prime volunteer position that's up for grabs annually.
Can I just do that? Wait, we get to fly the helicopter?
Oh yeah.
No,
there's a manual you read. It takes about an hour, so it's definitely tedious. But then they just hand you the keys and you're good to go.
That's like the best orientation ever. Just have fun, enjoy. What's going on in the chat?
We have a little bit of chatter happening between Stephanie, who won the Hokas, and the two Healthy Fit Vegans who won the Ultras. They're wondering if they can switch one pair of their shoes. So can Stephanie have one pair of Hokas, and can we give the other 2 one pair of Ultras and one pair of Hokas?
Yeah, sure.
They're already negotiating in the chat room.
They are negotiating
hilarious.
in the chat room. Somebody wants to try Hokas. Somebody wants to have Ultras.
Of course.
Okay. Yes.
Sure. Sure. You guys will all email me.
There's a lot going on.
We actually have all of your emails if you are entered into the Gingermas Run Hunt, but we'll reach out and make sure that you guys get in touch, and we'll make sure that happens.
Yes.
It's not like we're gonna tell you no.
No.
There you go. There you have it. But yes, absolutely, of course. However, the third place, second place, and I mean, if anyone wants to trade with the grand prize, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to do that. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's get into the third place, second place, and grand prize.
Yes.
You want to do this? Third place gets an amazing kit, a pair of Nike trail shoes, a Nike trail running hat, which is also very rare, a Kiger vest, which is the hydration vest that's expensive and amazing and good quality, plus the Nike trail mug, which is limited edition. There's not many of them, and I believe it's the black mugs, which is I'm sorry, that goes to second place. But you get the hat, the pack,
vest,
and the shoes,
yep,
which is hundreds of dollars. Third place with 142 points. This is just so you guys know, last year's winner I think had 67 points or something like that.
Something like that.
So this year people just went out.
And you didn't have to run, like you did not have to go and run 50 miles to get one of these top prizes. I believe one of our top prize winners ran
13,
something
I
like
think.
13 miles or something like
Yeah.
that, which is still a lot of miles, but it wasn't, 50 miles.
You add in the bonus of the picture of Ginger Claus plus donating a lot of shoes, and
It all adds up.
there are bonus ways of getting the points. So that's why these points are just like blowing my mind with how high they were. 142 points for the Nike kit. Ms. Amy
for third
Broadmoor.
Yay!
What was that, Gary? What was that?
That's for third place.
Third place.
And last year 60 took first.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah, it was somewhere.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was 67 or something like that. And the winner of last year won the vertical, the Stairmaster vertical from Nordic Track. And they
How does it go again, Ethan? How does it work? That's okay.
That's all
good.
I don't even think it has the handles. It's the bars, but they used it for GRVR
But
this
can we see
year.
that one more time? Okay.
I
think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good. So
I think
congratulations,
we should
Amy.
screenshot that for the
Yay.
Gingermas image for next year. What just happened right there? Yep, that's the one.
That's it. Screen
So
cap.
next year they're going to need to accumulate in the range of about 1,100 points to even be close to the podium. Just so everybody knows, you might want to start saving every pair of shoes you own right now.
Just do it.
Strategy.
And add up those snoffed bonus points.
Damn it. God, do
Damn
this.
it! I don't have much wine left here, Kim.
All right. Second place gets a pair of Nike Trail shoes, a Kiger vest, a Nike Trail hat, and 2 Nike Trail mugs. This goes to.
I just hear Gary laughing over there. I'm not sure what's happening.
Honestly, like
Ethan's hands looked like they were about to do it. He didn't even realize he had just almost done the little drummer boy imitation of his elliptical again.
I don't even want to talk anymore. I just want to start a sentence and just listen to what Gary says in the background because there's always something funny that I always talk over.
Did anybody hear about 10 minutes ago when there was a yelping in the background? Did that come across on the audio?
I don't know.
Okay, so if it did come across, my dog was panicking and I thought she was excited that I was talking, but she actually had to go to the bathroom. So I snuck off the computer, ran her outside, and when I went to pull her back inside, I was rushing to get back to the computer, and I jammed the door on her tail. It sounded like I had murdered her, and then she looked at me with she's 11 now, with these eyes of you owe me every treat we have in the house right now. So then I was scurrying to get treats for her at the same time while trying not to miss out on everything that was happening. So if it sounded to anybody out there like I had murdered my dog, it was she had over-dramatized the incident greatly.
Well, Roxy now officially wins second place. She deserves the shoes for the kid.
Getting the treadmill.
Poor little Roxy. If it helps, Gary, we've never done anything like that to our dog.
Never.
Oh, those faces.
Gary adopted their dog. He's very nice. Do not take that moment as Gary being a terrible person.
I'm a terrible person, and I know it. It's okay. I'm cool with it.
Forgive him for drinking wine out of a box. It sounds very good based off of the description.
It is very good.
Okay, second place with 151 points.
Wow.
It just keeps going.
Oh, I
up.
was I thought we just did second place. Never mind.
No, that was third. This is second place.
I think we started second, and then Ethan did the little drummer boy, and I giggled, and then we went off
that's
for
right.
11 minutes.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what happened there.
This also
Everybody's tuning in for 2 hours tonight, right? This is the bonus edition.
This is, yeah.
20 minutes to get through 5 draw prizes. You're welcome.
Gary is also a coach. He has coaching calls right after
I have already messaged my next client, Jean-Pierre, and been like, it's not happening on time. I'll be a few minutes late, and I might be done.
He's very difficult to get as a coach because he has such a full roster, but whenever he has an opening, it usually goes pretty quick. But for tonight, he was able to open a window of about an hour.
And then slam it on my dog's tail.
And then slam it on his dog's tail.
151 points for second place is...
Before I even get to that, I want to make sure that I want to show third
it.
place's photo. This is Amy Broadmoor. Her husband, boyfriend, they went out. Friend, they went out. Brother, dad, son. I don't know.
Complete stranger. We don't know.
They went out and they got an incredible number of photos and points and stuff like that. So I want to make sure that we show that photo.
I'm guessing that's Fahrenheit too.
It was cold. It was cold.
Yeah.
A lot of places. This goes second place. This goes with 151 points to Mr. Javier Montenegro. Congratulations.
Woo!
just a bonkers number of points. Managed to get almost every single thing on the list. I think there's only like one thing missing, or I forget what it was that separated all these guys.
Things.
It was awesome to follow.
I think that was another one that had high shoe donation as well.
High shoe donation. Yeah, I think that was actually 12 or 14 pairs of shoes I think donated. But the record for the most, I believe, shoes donated and everything, including mileage, goes to our grand prize winner. Should we do the grand prize?
Yeah.
I say let's do it.
Go big.
For the grand prize from Proform, we have the Boston Marathon treadmill, which is the same treadmill that Jacob Puzzi used to set the indoor 50-mile record at, I believe, the running event in Florida.
It's not the one covered in sweat. It is the same make.
I think that one's going for more on eBay right now, actually.
It's for
Signed,
real?
No, not for real.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Signed in sweat. By the way, that's an insane record. Congrats, Jacob. I had the pleasure of running the Grand Canyon with that guy a couple of years ago. Wonderful guy, and super cool to see him just annihilate a ridiculous time on a treadmill.
And I think I had trouble with this, but I think Runner's World did an article on him and just said a runner did something on a treadmill. Like,
it's like the worst, right? Like, not even
terrible headline
research to just be like, this person is actually pretty accomplished.
It hurt my heart because they didn't even name him in the headline, and then they didn't even describe all of his amazing accomplishments. And it led to the comments being like, I would never be on a treadmill for that long. When in reality, they should have praised him, right? So this guy's accomplishment is amazing. Jacob Puzzi, we'll have to get him on the show.
Yes.
I want to just read you his description of this treadmill because I want to amp it up. This guy's a professional athlete and a really nice dude. I started running, this is describing his 50-mile record. I started running 9 miles per hour, which is a 640 per mile pace, and gradually worked my way up to 10 miles per hour, which is a 6 minute per mile pace over the first few miles. After about an hour, 10 miles per hour, 6 minutes per mile felt more comfortable. So it became the default pace. I would occasionally speed up to 10.5 or 11 miles per hour, which is a 5:27 pace when I felt good or needed to wake up my legs. Over the last few miles, I tried to keep the pace between 11.5, which is a 5:27 per mile, and a 12 mile per hour 5-minute mile, but occasionally drop back to 10 miles per hour or 6-minute miles to catch my breath. I believe I finished at 12 miles per hour, 5-minute per mile pace, but I can't remember exactly as I was pretty faint at that point. You burnt. The Proform Boston Marathon treadmill goes as fast as 15 miles per hour, 4 minutes per mile, and can incline up to 20%. There aren't many treadmills that can do that, which is a big reason why we chose the Boston Marathon treadmill for the vertical K and 50-mile world record attempts. Given that it is sunny and negative 21 degrees Celsius in Calgary this afternoon, I will be doing most of my training for the Boston Marathon on the Boston Marathon treadmill. That's from Jacob Puzzi himself. Pretty amazing. This is what we're giving away here, guys. It's an honor to do it. $3,000 treadmill that one of you, I hope, has room in your house for, because it is a damn beautiful piece of machine.
That's an incredible prize right there.
It really is
impressive that you are getting more than just race entries to give away on this program.
Well, let's be honest. Those race entries are pretty amazing because that's life experience, you know, and those are memories. And the grand prize winner is me. So I'm just really excited to accept this.
We don't have room for that. I'm sorry.
Oh.
We'll tear down your set and we'll put it there instead. Love you.
Who are you?
Snoffed. All right. We know this prize is amazing. We got to tell you who the winner is.
And I want to say, I was very excited to see this winner win.
Me too. And there's a reason.
Very excited.
Because this winner is a very frequent viewer of the show. A contributor, is in almost every single chat room during Ginger Runner Live, is often commenting. The chat room, who the regulars know him because his name is Kimo Sabe 75 with an amazing 157 points.
So close,
it goes to Alec Wong.
Nice work, Alec.
Incredible job. I think it was 157 points is what we came out to, or 155 or something. It was.
I think it's 155. We ended up calculating.
Bottom line.
Was that the popular vote or the electoral college vote?
Trump won the treadmill. Everybody, is that wrong?
Go away.
41 miles. He ran 41 miles for this. So not only did he get the most points, but he also ran the most miles.
The chat room was freaking out because, as we said, he is a regular in the chat room. Like every Monday we see him, and everybody just knows him and loves him in there.
I love that comment of, oh, damn it, I learned his name. Like, disappointed that they know him now as something other than Kimosabe 75. It's such an honor, man, to give you this prize because you have been such a frequent supporter of the show. And when we saw that it was you that had the most points, just in our spreadsheet before all the corrections, we were like, oh, this is great. He's such a wonderful addition to the show and to the chat room. And then after we did the math and still seeing you in first was like, it was great. So congratulations, Alec.
And he also missed going to the new Rogue One movie with his wife.
Right.
So hopefully this makes that all better. And also I want to call out Robert Organ in the chat room who said prior to us announcing who won, I'll shotgun a beer if Chemo wins the treadmill.
Hey.
He's shotgunning, buddy.
Shotgun and take a picture.
Do it.
That's right. During his run, Kimosabe had tickets to Rogue One and skipped it to get more points, get more miles. So big ups to him.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Is that a glass? What happened to the box?
I'm classing it up in here. Try and keep up already.
Snoffed. I'm just finding excuses for myself to drink. That's hilarious. Okay, so that's the grand prize. A huge thank you to Ultra, to Hoka, to Nike, to Proform, to you guys for participating in this year's event. This is our favorite thing to do. It's such a fun weekend where we get to follow along with all these adventures. Again, go follow the hashtag Gingermas16 on Instagram just to see some of these photos from people from around the globe, by the way, which is just, it's always really cool.
Not to interject while you're on a roll here, but did we forget to give away the Squamish 50 entry?
Nope.
No.
I was basically setting it up to say that, yes, we have.
Gary just ruined it.
He did kind of ruin the setup. That's it. I think that's the end of the show. There's no Squamish entry.
Oh, I was just surprised that it was going to be after the treadmill, the big.
Oh, we wanted to save it.
Squamish entry is very coveted.
It's coveted, and it's because it's.
And I actually didn't know. I couldn't actually remember if we had given it away or not. It was a legitimate question. I was like, I'm half a box in right now. I don't know how long we've been on the phone.
It's because we have such an incredible live audience, and all of them are just hankering for this race entry. So I want to give it its due setup. So again, thank you to Proform, Hoka, Ultra, and Nike for all of the amazing prizes. I can't wait to see what we can get next year for prizes and for everyone to enter next year for the Gingermas Run Hunt. I think this is a huge success, and I'm really excited. I can't wait till next year. That being said, that grand prize sure is an amazing grand prize, but there's this other prize that is even grander.
It could be worth $4,000 right now because there's none left.
A lot.
5,000, yeah.
It is the last possible chance to run.
I would actually
Squamish.
see how much they could get on eBay for this entry. No, I don't want to see that at all.
I don't either. I want them to run it. I want whoever's watching this and wins this to run this race. I challenge you to run this 50-50, but if that's something that's not in your wheelhouse.
And they can choose whichever race distance they want.
This is good for the Squamish 23K, which we both just did this last year as just like a fun show up. And
just showed up out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, surprised
everyone. By the way, we're in Canada. Woo!
By the way, Gary, I know you're giving away.
I'm on record as saying this right now because we're pretty strict on our policies. Like once we sell out, we sell out. It's always difficult because we do turn away a lot of close friends and even sometimes like almost relatives. Once we sell out, that's it. But anybody who generates a video content for us that goes over 200,000 views has automatic lifetime entry. So that includes you guys and anyone else out there who might be able to replicate that.
That's a challenge. Right. I think that's a challenge. Do it.
I'm going to make my own video.
I'm going to live in a tent in the yard because that has probably more square footage in there.
It's on VRBO, actually. You can find it in there under Tent Mahal, North Vancouver.
It's an amazing tent. It is an amazing tent. This prize is coveted, as you can definitely tell. The races are all sold out. You can get your choice of any of them. Gary knows the trivia question. As with the previous race entries, we will be giving this away to the first correct answer. And this is going to be a multi-part answer. It needs to be spelled correctly. And that's all I'll say. But just know that it is a multi-part answer. We'll need both parts to this answer.
And you will have to travel to Squamish on your own dollar. We are not providing transportation.
Yeah, we have no transportation provided.
This is just entry.
As Gary also said, this is transferable, but make sure that if you're going to gift it to someone that they're going to use it.
The person who registers has it's not transferable thereafter. The person who wins it tonight can gift it to someone else.
So choose wisely and
So
only
the
play
race
if you
entry
want
is
to.
provided by us, Squamish 50. The flights are provided by Ginger Runner, and the accommodation is provided by
No.
Mile Long Legs. That's
No.
what we
I
agreed
think
to.
That's
is-
not how the. That's
That
not
is
how this
literally
content.
word for word what we said pre-show.
I'm
Right?
pulling
You
the
guys-
show over.
You can just cut Gary's feed. Cut Gary's
Gary's feed is now cut. Congratulations, we both win the Squamish 50 entry. Sick. There is no transportation or housing provided. You have to get there on your own time. So make sure you want this if you
Yes.
enter this. Don't just enter because you want to win. This is like just enter because you know you can go or you know someone that will go. You have time to figure it out, but this is okay. I'm
Correct
done
spelling
talking.
counts.
Yeah.
Squamish50.com.
All right, Mr. Gary Robbins, let me pull up the feed, and whenever you're ready, jump
right.
on in, my friend.
So the first person that can provide the name and exact time of the women's winner for 2016 wins the entry to the race. Scramble, scramble, scramble. Who was in there? Who was in there? Who was ready?
So it was the top female, her time, and what race distance?
50 miles. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
It's okay. That was a
50
good
miles.
little That was
I
it.
know.
Yeah. That was botched that one, didn't I?
And you have it written, right, babe?
It is right here. This.
Yeah,
It's also on
that
the
is it.
interweb.
Yep, that is it. That is
Nobody's
it.
answering.
Yeah, no one's answering yet.
Wow,
did
no
our
one
internet
knew
go-
it.
I was gonna say our internet went out. Of
We
course, our
got
internet went out.
owned by Durango, Colorado this year. Durango came up and just were like, "Hey, we're gonna win everything. Peace out. We're out of here." We had Durango take the men's 50 mile, the women's 50 mile, and the men's 50K races.
Do you have it, babe? I received the
which
same
one
thing.
did you? This one?
Yep, that's what I have.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that's what I have as well.
Yep.
Shall we? We have our winner. I hope this is a real person and not a spam bot.
It has to be. There's
it
a
has
frog
to
as their
be.
profile picture.
Yeah, but there's like no subscribers, and this might be their first comment ever. I don't know. The winner is OS. OS.
Do you have a name?
I don't have a name, but
No,
O's.
I'm asking them if they have a name.
Yeah, but the correct answer is Hannah Green.
And it's 9:05:15.
9:05:15, which is like
She smoked
bonkers.
it. Yeah, it's
Smoked
incredible
it.
time. Incredible time.
I mean, describe that
Oh,
course, Gary.
She's a friend of Anna Frost, and Frosty basically told me that Hannah was going to win, and I was like, okay, I guess we'll see what happens, because we haven't had a lot of non-local winners of the race because it is quite technical. But yeah, she smoked it. She ran off the front and had a great day out there, and it was awesome to have her a part of the race. Are we getting confirmation that this is more than a spam bot right now?
They've commented a
They've
couple
commented
times.
a couple times without their name. We just need.
Do you have a first name?
Give us a first name or something. We just need to know that you're not just a frog. To be totally honest.
But we welcome frogs at the race. I just want to make sure that there's not like any misconceptions there. We don't turn frogs away.
Anyone's accepted, and it is. I mean, it's a bonkers race. It's technical. There's tons of climbing, tons of descent. Sometimes the weather's really hot.
Quite well on the course.
I would think that the frog would do
Hoppity hop.
surprisingly well.
Orin Snoft.
Orin
Snelgar.
Snelgar. Orin Snelgar.
Oh, I thought he actually typed in snoft. Hey, guess what? He said snoft.
Oh my God, that was actually 3 times that we've said snow. Congratulations, Orin.
VOK2 says the first name is the OA, which we are watching.
We are watching that right now. Orin, please drop me an email, the gingerrunner@gmail.com. We'll make sure to hook you up with Gary in all sorts of ways.
That's right. Hey, it's a part of the entry. Comes with a full weekend.
Gary's first prize was his body, so
I like people to leave happy.
But we will make sure that you get that race entry, or if you again wish to transfer the registration to someone else, we'll make sure that you figure that out instantly, just because we want to make sure that whoever goes to Squamish enjoys it, because it is an amazing race. I think that's it for today's show. We got to let our guest go because, of course, he has a coaching call. If you are watching athlete that Gary's about to coach, I apologize because this happens every year and it is the best thing ever. We love it, and we're sorry that we always deliver Gary in a different state than when he arrives.
I'm gonna be better at taking this night off next time.
Gary, let people know, again, where they can find you on social media first and foremost.
Twitter, Gary_Robbins. Gary is always one of our Robbins 2Bs. Instagram, Gary Robbins. Facebook, athlete page, I think it's Gary Robbins Run. And GaryRobbins.ca is just an aggregate. So that's a landing page that lists off blog, races, and coaching website.
And again, go check out a lot of his races. They're incredible. There's a whole series of them. We've run a majority, not all of them. There's
a lot of good ones still on our
Actually,
list.
this is where math comes into play, and majority has definitely not occurred since there's 9 events. And I think
I think I've only run Squamish.
3. You've run
3, 2, 3.
So that would be about 30%.
30%. All right. So so not all of them. Not
We're
even
hoping
close.
to add another one to our list.
All right.
I think almost every year would be great. But that's it for tonight's show, everybody. Thank you so
Gary.
much.
Thank you
Gary.
for having me, guys, very much. It's always awesome to be here.
What do we expect next from Gary? Where are we going to see you race? What's on the calendar immediately?
The schema races that are happening this winter, I'm really looking forward to. I will apply for the Barkley Marathons and cross my fingers for that one. And yeah, basically I'm just looking to get back at it right now, mix it up a little bit with some winter sports. And skiing has always been kind of my true passion deep down. I learned to ski before I learned to run, and it's been feeling pretty good to get out on the snow again this year.
Awesome, man. Well, again, it's an honor to have you on the show, and you're one of my favorite people ever. So it's just great to see you again, dude. And
Thanks
again, everyone, you got it. Everyone watching live, thank you. Thank you for participating in Gingermas Run Hunt this weekend. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for being here every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time whole year.
We could just let Gary go. And
Gary, go.
So he can go do his...
I don't know how this is actually like can you hear that? I'm curious.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So if you get if all of a sudden all my Instagram pictures just have this, it's because it didn't wash out. I'll update you. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Gary.
Santa's good to everybody, and well done on the amazing list of prizes that you gave away, and the depth of people that were doing this around the world is super cool.
Cool, man. Have a great night. Thanks, dude.
You too. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. It is always awesome to have Gary Robbins on the show. He's a delight. He's one of our favorite people. Just a rad dude, and we're excited to have him on. So that's going to be it for tonight's main show. Again, thank you guys so much for participating this year and for supporting us throughout the year. We are going to be doing, you want to do like a Patreon only post show? I feel like we have a little bit of time.
We can do a quick one. Yeah. There is a question in the chat room from 2 Healthy Fit Vegans, and I actually thought I saw this from somebody else as well.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to know if they won something, are they to email you or are we emailing them?
For anyone that participated in Gingermas Run Hunt and submitted through the form, we have their email.
So anybody that won the race entries live on the show, please email Ethan at
thegingerrunner@gmail.com.
Yes.
So that'll kind of wrap up our main show. If you guys would like to join us in the post show, which is a thing that we've been doing here in the last month or so, we are doing it a Patreon only post show. There is, I will be creating the link here in just a couple of minutes for those of you who are already supporting on Patreon. If you are curious what the hell Patreon is, basically it's what keeps the show alive. It's what keeps the lights on, keeps us doing new content every single week. It supports my channel and Kim's channel. If you have not already, go subscribe. YouTube.com/Mile
Long Lakes.
Go subscribe right now. But yes, so consider joining us on Patreon. It's basically a monthly Kickstarter for as little as $1 a month. You keep the show alive, and it's patreon.com/thegingerrunner. And we have a lot of Patreon supporters that were participating in this week's Gingermas Run Hunt. So we're excited to go talk to you guys about that. Basically, right as this show ends, we will start a new show. I will post the link over on Patreon for you guys to just jump in, and we can continue the chat and have some fun, enjoy the rest of our beers, and talk a little bit about the Gingermas Run Hunt and celebrate Gingermas.
Gus might even make an appearance.
I think Gus is
in Christmas PJs.
Gus always makes an appearance on the show. So that's it for tonight's main show. Thank you guys again so much for participating. Thank you, Hoka. Thank you, Ultra. Thank you, Nike. Thank you, Proform. Thank you, Gary, and all of his amazing race entries. Shout these people out. Let them know that they are awesome for helping us. I think that's it. Forgetting anything else?
No,
cool.
I think that's it. Thank you,
out there,
guys.
Oh, this will be the last show of 2016.
That's right.
Because next week
is Boxing Day.
Boxing Day on Monday, and we tend to take Boxing Day off because we're half Canadian.
Because we're half Canadian.
So this will be the last show of 2016. I should have said this during the main show. And we're actually talking about, we're still in the main show, but what we're going to talk about doing is starting the show up again in mid-January. So we can actually take a couple of weeks, enjoy the holidays, enjoy family time. Obviously just follow across social media, and we'll make sure they'll let you guys know exactly when and where the next episode of Ginger Runner Live will take place. This is I guess technically episode number 147.
Yes.
And I normally have a bib behind me that is number 147.
Oh, you do.
So I think what we should do is save episode number 147 for when we come back. I don't know how to do this. We'll figure it out in the post show with the Patreon support. But that's it.
And yes, there's questions about the post show. The link has not been posted yet,
Has not been posted.
We're going to post it like in a minute.
And yeah, in just 1 minute. So basically refresh Patreon and you'll also get an email that basically says that we posted it. Cool. If you guys want to join, patreon.com/thegingerrunner, consider doing a monthly donation. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
In the new year.
In the new year. Cool. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Ginger Runner.